Brock Yahushai, Kalpala Yahweh Shem Yahushai, Bashem Yahweh Kakadash, double honor to the elder apostle of great militant Wu Will, their titate to the oxygen of preaching the truth, across the four corners of the earth to the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, that the hope will elect, titate to the Israelite foreign that gather up the nation that believe in the name of Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai. Shalom to the sisters and family that tune into this gospel preached around the whole world. Peace and mercy unto you. And who the world innerly call God, his name is Yahweh. And who the world innerly call Jesus Christ, his name is Yahweh Shai. And we're the Hebrew Israelite that consists of these so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans. And those in line descendants go back to one of the 12 tribes of Israel due to the gathering amongst the nation. Alright, Mahalia call from the Great Millstone, Los Angeles camp, for the IE session. And pretty much that you can see on the screen, today is April 4th, Sunday, which is happen to be Easter, alright? Because these Christians and anybody else that celebrate Easter, it had nothing to do with the Bible, alright? It had absolutely nothing to do with the Bible, alright? And to prove that, we're going to see if Easter is in the Bible, okay? Because you're going to find out that Easter is paganism, alright? It's pagan worship, alright? It had nothing to do with the Bible, alright? So you go to the Bible, the blue letter Bible, where you can look up words and all that. So you type in Easter, it only comes up one time in the scripture. Only one time, alright? And that's at 12 and 4, alright? And this is when Peter got arrested, okay? It's years later. Anyway, so this is Peter arrested and delivered. So Act 12 and 1. Now about that time, Herod the king stretched forth his hand to vet certain of the church, alright? It's basically follower Yahweh Shai. And he killed James, the brother of John, with the sword, and because he thought it pleased the Jews, alright, the wicked Jews, the 2/3, the niggas, the same one that they had crucified the Lord, okay? He proceeded further to take Peter also. Then were the day of unleavened bread, alright? Because you have the Passover, then you have to feed the unleavened bread. So this proves that when we got about to go into the next verse, it's talking about the Passover. Because why in verse 3 it said, then were the days of unleavened bread. Okay? We go to the cross realm. Unleavened bread. Exodus 12. Alright? Exodus 12 talk about the keeping the feast of unleavened bread. Alright? Down here. It's the feast of unleavened bread, Exodus 12:14. And this day shall be unto you for a memorial, and ye shall keep it a feast to the Lord Yahweh shall shine throughout your generations. Ye shall keep it a feast by an ordinance forever. See? That proves that the Israelites under the Romans, they were still holding the feast. Alright? Case in point, Peter. Alright? The feast, then were the day of unleavened bread. So that's further proof that Israelite Jake was still keeping the custom. Alright, the high holy day. Alright? It said, 7 days shall ye eat unleavened bread, even the first day ye shall put away leaven out of your houses. But whosoever eateth leavened bread from the first day until the 7th day, that soul shall be cut off from Israel. Alright? And he goes on. Alright? Talk about how the first day of that week, the unleavened bread is the Sabbath. Okay? Go back to Act. Alright? Now, Act 12 and 4, it said, and when he had apprehended him, he put him in prison and delivered him to 4 cordon of soldiers to keep him, intending after Easter to bring him forth to the people. See? So they're going to wait till after the High Holy Day, all right? And prove it during the High Holy Day. We're going to look up what the word Easter is, because it only appeared one time in the Bible, all right? It's the damn devil throwing you off. It's a stumbling block. All right, go right here. Let's pull that up. Let's click on it.
Strong's G 3957. Pascha. Pascha.
Pascha, and it's in the Greek, but guess what? It's Hebrew. All right, the Passover. See, it's the same strong 28 times in the scripture, and only one time, which is in the Old Testament, and only one time it's translated as Easter, but it's the same word. All right. It said the Paschal sacrifice was the Passover, which was a custom to be offered for the people delivered of old from Egypt. All right, the Israelites. The Paschal lamb and the damsel, the lamb, the Israelites were accustomed to slay and eat on the 14th day of the month of Nisan, which happened to be the first month of their year. All right. In memory of the day on which their fathers prepared to depart from Egypt, were bidden by Yahweh to slay and eat a lamb and to sprinkle their doorposts with its blood, that the destroying angel, alright, the death angel, seeing the blood, might pass over their dwellings. The house shall crucified is likely to be slain Paschal lamb. Alright. So that's what it is. It had nothing. So you people celebrating Easter, y'all ain't doing this. Alright? That's why it's important to look up words. Very, very important to look up words. Alright? The scripture said to rightly dividing a word. Okay? Because you gotta understand. Can't read for faith value. Alright? Why they put Easter there. Alright? It's a stumbling block. So now that you know that it's talking about the Passover, which is in Exodus 12, you can read about it. Alright? So Exodus 12, the Passover lamb. Okay? They're going to tell you what the Passover is all about and what we were supposed to do and how to keep the Passover. Okay? Now, so you see that at 12 and 4. Now we're going to look at the word what Easter means. Alright? It's online. It's the Easter, it's a noun. It's the also the name of a goddess of fertility and spring. Perhaps originally of sunrise, whose feast was celebrated at the spring equinox from east toward the sunrise, alright? And then is to shine, especially of the dawn. Okay? So that's what Easter means. Basically, sunrise from the east. Alright? Because it's a pagan worship. They were worshiping a god, alright? A deity, alright? A god with no power. Okay? To fertilize because it was just coming from the winter. Alright? From the cold. And then they're worshiping the sun to come out in the spring equinox to bring forth fertility. Alright? At the spring equinox. Okay? So that's what Easter, when you really look at the word Easter, alright? When you look into it, it's talking about the Passover. But when you go into the word Easter, alright, it's talking about a pagan, alright? You gotta understand that the Roman Catholic Church, they were adopting false god, alright, and changing the name and try to mix it with the Bible, alright, to gain more followers of the pagan world. All right, people that was into pagan worship. Okay, and that's what happened. That's why you have Easter in the Bible. It's only there one time as a transliteration. All right. Now you have this book. Oh, speaking of the spring equinox, that's why it's on the first Sunday following the Pascal full moon, which is the first full moon of spring. All right. That's how Esau followed it. The following of the moon. All right. In the scripture, a new moon is what dictates the calendar days. All right. The new moon counts 14 days. All right. And that's the Passover. Okay, on the 14th day. All right. What they're right in a way. All right. But they're doing it by the first Sunday following the full moon. All right. Now let's see how far off they was. Cause the full moon was just a couple days ago. No, the full moon was on the Passover, so it was last Saturday. All right. That's not what I'm looking for. That's another class. Actual calendar. Come on. Don't slow me down now. Okay. Hope this works. Come on, man. Oh, let's get out of here. Alright, let's get that, because that's slowing me down. Alright, this is Baltic Light Customs. Alright. Alright, familiar with this book. Now on page 12, we'll talk about Easter. The Easter, this word has been adopted from pagans as an attempt to inculturate by sensualism a behavior that is absolutely an abomination. And you recognize Halloween for what it is, then this will be no different. After you learn the truth, Easter was already one of the two biggest celebrations observed by pagans long before Christianity came along. Alright? It is my belief that when this is exposed, it will fulfill the prophecy of Revelation. Go read it now. It's going off on that. It said Ether was celebrated by the Assyrian, the Phoenician, the Philistine. Goliath no doubt had an ether bastard. Joking. You should look up ether in the Western Dictionary and do further research in other sources. The festival involved a rite of spring. Alright? Hint, um, sunrise from the east. Alright? Near the equinox of Venus, where the pagan believed the earth mother was impregnated by the sun. Alright? Which is madness. Alright? It's to tell you that the how the heathen worship the creation of the creator. Alright? And the Israelite worship the creator. Okay? We're not supposed to worship the things that are made by Yahweh Bashem Shah. It's that they engage in ritual sex acts and use symbol of fertility like egg, rabbit, and hot crop bun, the Babylonian symbol, and that's why you go eat your eggs, honey. Bunny don't lay eggs, alright? Bunny is a mammal. It doesn't lay eggs, alright? That's why you do all these things you do because of the pagan worship. None of these stuff is observed or even mentioned in the scriptures, alright? To follow. Instead, a Babylonian symbol for the female was and is a circle with a cup beneath. The round cake were baked for the Queen of Heaven and Great Mother, Madam Matter, with the cross symbol indicating the female. The cross also indicated the equinox when the Earth orbit crossed the celestial equator. Hold on now. That everything will just be fine. Stop and go read Jeremiah 44 right now. You'll see Ashtoreth was the same Earth Mother called the Queen of Heaven, which Israel committed sexual idolatry with, right? Because we're not supposed to worship other gods. We'll go that to real quick. We're only supposed to worship Yahweh, alright? Because he said there's none else besides me. Alright, and Israel, man, that was being wicked. Alright, we go into it in this chapter. Oh, this. Right. I can't find it at the moment. But, where we at? So yeah, that's pretty much it on that. You know, you can do your own research to further, you know, pretty much to get the backstory So Israel being wicked, you know. That's pretty much it on that. You know, I didn't want to make this video too long, but yeah, just look going into the word what Easter is, what that word really means about the Passover. It had nothing to do with pagan worship. All right, and all you people that are into that pagan worship, you gotta stop doing that and turn to the worship Yahweh by Yahweh Shai in spirit and truth. All right, talking to you, don't call nigga like you Native Americans. All right, I gotta get out of that pagan worship. All right, the Christianity is leading you astray and giving you lies. All right, they're not following the Bible at all. That's pretty much it on that. So with that, shalom.